Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be an unboxing and first impressions of some products I received from Bloom Daily Planners. They reached out to me and asked if I would like to try some of their products, and I said yes. They looked super interesting to me, and I'm very excited to share them with y'all as well. So let me get this bubble wrap out of the way and we'll dive in. Okay, so right on top we've got a couple of freebies, including this compliment card. I love these, it's so cute. This one really reminds me of my sister Ashley, so I might give it to her when I'm done with this video. Then we have a sticker sheet, and as you can see, these are on glossy paper. This one looks like it's themed for the month of August, and it is so cute. Look at this naturally happy one. I love that. I wonder if I can get that on a full sheet. But it also has some animals, a cute hammock, holidays. Really adorable. I definitely think I'll get some use out of this. We also have a journaling card. There's the front, and the back has info about this company. I've been reading about them since they contacted me, and they sound really amazing. They do a lot of giving back to the community. Their team looks so awesome. Sorry about the glare from my ring light. But yeah, I'm just so excited that they reached out to me, and I'm really happy to be supporting another small business. Now for the actual products. So the first thing I have here is this planning pad. It's a 6x9, and this one is color blocked. I believe the colors are called Rainbow Sorbet. So it's very simple, but I've actually been looking for one of these, but I could not really find one that met my needs. This one though is perfect. It has a lot of space, so you can pre-plan your week. I showed this to Ashley, and she also mentioned using it for meal planning. I definitely think that's a good idea. But I'll probably use this mostly for pre-planning and just keeping up with my schedule and stuff before I actually sit down to fill out my planner. This also has a ton of sheets. I don't know exactly how many it is, but I mean, look at that. It's definitely gonna last a while. All right, and the last thing I have to show y'all, and the thing I'm most excited about, is this planner. So this is a 7.5 by 9 inch 2024-2025 planner, and this one is specifically called the Vision Planner. This company does sell a ton of different planners. I know they had academic planners like student and teacher planners, they had wedding planners, budget planners, they had a chronic illness planner, just tons of stuff, and I was super impressed with their lineup. I think everyone could find something they're interested in at that company. And they also have different covers, so this one is a hardcover. I know they do soft covers as well, and they also do different size planners. This is just the size I prefer. I like a big planner. So I want to talk about the outside of the planner first. As I said, this is a hardcover planner, which is kind of unusual for me because most planners I've used, they either have like a cardstock type cover like the Hobonichi Cousin, or they have like a plastic cover like you'd find on Erin Condren. So I don't think I've ever actually had a hardcover planner before, but I really like how it feels. And the edges have little metal protectors on them, which is nice so you don't get your planner all smushed up on the corners. It is coiled, but the coil is a lot less bulky than you see on a lot of coiled planners, which is super nice. The planner feels and looks super sleek and nice. I really like that. It does have tabs as well. And another thing I like about the cover is the cover actually goes and covers all the tabs, like they're inside the cover. Because with some planners, the tabs stick out from the cover and then they get like bent and stuff if you put it in your bag. So I really like that the tabs are protected here. And this cover that I have specifically is called Butterfly Garden. Again, they had a lot of different color patterns and cover designs, but I really liked this one. So let's open it up and see what we've got inside. All right, so there's your interior. It's the same as the outside, and the front page is pretty similar to most planners. You have a place to put your name and other info. This though is really neat. So again, this is a vision planner, and I have already kind of flipped through this planner, and I definitely think it's something you could use to help create the best version of yourself and of your life. I've mentioned before on my channel that I'm not great with goal setting. It's just not something I've ever been able to grasp really. But the style of this planner seems like it's really going to work for me, so I'm excited to see how I can incorporate it into my lineup and what effect it'll have on me. Right here, you can write a mission statement for your ideal year, as well as your word of the year. Inside, you've got some info on the Bloom community, as they call it, as well as their company. I really like the little pictures. I'm not sure if these are customers, or I think these are customers and these are employees. But either way, it's just really fun to see other people who are involved in the planner community too. I know this is a really tight-knit community, but it's always fun to make more connections. Over here, you've got a letter to myself. So I've never written one of these. I'm not sure how I would go about it. I might have to read this and think of some prompts and just be brave and actually try to do it. I'm so hesitant to do stuff like this because I'm worried that I'll be disappointed by myself in the future, but I don't want to think like that. I want to be positive and I want to use this planner to grow, as it says right there. Also, the paper, it feels a little thinner. It's definitely thicker than like Hobonichi Cousin paper, but it feels thinner than like Plum paper planner. Not in a bad way. It also has more of a matte finish, which I prefer because the pens I like to use work best on matte paper. I may do a pen test at the end of this planner, we'll see. Okay, here is your monthly overview pages. I typically don't use these, but I might this year if I find a way to do it. Okay, this stuff is really cool, and I feel like this is going to be the most useful for me as someone who isn't very good at setting goals and kind of needs like baby steps throughout the year. So over here you have the where you are and where you're going section, and you're supposed to rate each area of your life and then write about why you chose that rating. And you can also write like positives and negatives and what you want to do to change those aspects of your life. This is good for me. Like, I really like that it has prompts I can follow, and I probably will fill this out off camera just because it's kind of personal stuff. But down here, this is also really interesting. It's a like not to-do list. I could use this. I'm the type of person that focuses a lot on things I can't change, on things other people do or think, and that's just not something you need to do to grow. So I probably will use this as well. And it even says right there, this will help you get closer to your goals. So I like that a lot. Over here, there's a big list of values. You can pick your top ones and then write about how you want to improve those or grow closer to your values. And here's a more and less column. This I'd have to think about what I wanted to write. I don't even know what I would write here, but I think if I sat down and gave it some thought, I could come up with a few things. This over here is really cool. This is a random acts of kindness page. I have gotten super into random acts of kindness over the last couple years. I've been inspired by some of my friends who have done random acts of kindness either to me or to others. And I just think this is a great way to change the world. I know that sounds really cliche and cheesy, but really, if you've ever experienced a random act of kindness, then you know firsthand how much it can change your mindset, improve your mood, and just set you on a whole new path. So over here, they actually have like specific ideas for how you can do random acts of kindness. Some of them are things that I think anyone could do, like bring treats to a local fire station. Some of them might not be as easy, like not everyone has a local farmer's market, but I think you can sort of modify them. Like if you don't have a farmer's market locally, I'm sure you have some sort of local business and you could support that business if not a farmer's market. So I really like this. This is such a great thing, and I love that it's included at the front of the planner because sometimes you see pages like this in planners, but it's shoved in the back and no one is looking at it, I feel like. So the fact that it's up front is really great. Okay, over here you have the My Joy list, the I Love Myself list, and the I Feel Best list. Again, this is something that is going to be really helpful for me for someone who doesn't always focus on the most positive things, but I definitely am going to try and write down things that bring me joy, things I like about myself, and things that make me feel best. And it does say you can refer to this when you need a boost. I will definitely be doing that because sometimes you just have a bad day and it's hard to see positive things or the bright things in your life. So writing them down and having it concrete in your planner, I feel like is going to be a great idea, especially for someone like me who spends a lot of time in her planners. I spend a lot of time in my planners, y'all. Okay, now we're getting into the less structured pages. So over here you have your plan to bloom, and there's a lot of empty space here. That kind of intimidates me, but I want to be brave and use it. I'm not going to grow if I don't push myself outside my comfort zone, right? So over here you have space for 5 goals for the year, some things to look forward to, new things to try, books to read, things to be grateful for, and so on. You also have a yearly bucket list, which is cool. I don't think I've ever seen that before, at least not in a planner. Since this is an academic year planner, it's July to July, which I don't normally use. It's kind of weird for me to see that as a year, but it's definitely doable, and it's just, again, changing your mindset, trying something different. Definitely a good thing. And over here, I love this. You have space to make a vision board. I don't think I've ever had a dedicated vision board space in a planner before. I obviously make space for one in my Hobonichi cousin, but I just use the front cover and and call it done. This is great though. I like having a dedicated space for a vision board. Here's some routine and scheduling pages. I'll be honest with y'all, I've had these in other planners and I struggle to use these. I'm not sure why, because I have a very rigid schedule and I like having a rigid schedule, but for some reason putting it on paper just, I don't know, it just throws me off. I might give this a try, maybe step by step. Like maybe I'll start by just filling out my morning routine and then come back in a couple weeks and fill out my evening routine and stuff like that. I think they'd be really useful for other people though, just not me. Next, you have some finance pages. I do track my finances in a different planner, so I don't know if I would use this, but if you're not like me and you just prefer one planner, then I definitely think you would like this because you have everything in a single planner, which is really nice. Oh, I also wanted to mention the color scheme in here. As you can see, it's the same kind of bronzy brown color throughout. I picked that on purpose. I really liked this planner because it had this neutrally brown color in it, but I know the other planners that have different colors also have different tab colors. So if you're not a fan of the bronze color, you can definitely check out the other planners. Here is a habit tracking page. This I think will look really cool when it's filled out. I've never used one like this where you color it in, but I'll have to think of some habits to use because you need, how many, 12? Yeah, you need 12 habits. And I usually only track 5, so I'll have to come up with some more habits to track. Then we have a couple note pages, not too many, which I like because I very rarely use note pages in my planner. So when planners have like 50 note pages, I'm just kind of like, what am I supposed to do with this? All right, now we're getting into the monthly sections. So first up, you have a July visions page. You can write down your goals for each of these little categories. There's plenty of them: health, family, finances, all kinds of stuff. And also action steps, so how to achieve your goals, which I like because, again, I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot, but I'm not great with goals, so writing down actual ways I can start to achieve that goal is very helpful for me. Here is our July cover page. It has a nice little quote on it, and again, this nice bronzy color. Monthly calendar, very standard. It does have this sort of prompt, I guess you would say, very thought-provoking. I don't know that I've seen this in a planner before. This is some serious stuff. I mean, you could probably write like a whole book just answering this question about opening up about your struggles and inspiring others. Other than that though, this is a pretty standard calendar. The weekend is in a different color, which I don't love that, but it's not going to hurt because I don't plan on using a lot of stickers in here. It's probably going to be mostly pen, so I don't foresee having like color clashes really. Here is the first week in this planner. So I think it is so cute. It actually kind of reminds me of Plum Paper Planner in a way. That was the first like fancy planner I ever had, so maybe that's why I'm thinking about it. So let's start over here. Up at the top, you have your monthly calendar. Then you have a little list where you can do notes, ideas, and to-dos. You also have habit tracking down here. You do have 5 habit trackers, which is nice because I always track 5 habits. Up at the top, you've got a quote. This one's from J.M. Barrie, and then your days of the week. Down here, I guess this is kind of whatever you want it to be space. I would probably use this for meal planning, maybe gratitude or highlights. And you do have water tracking. I don't track my water intake personally, but I think it's something that would be good for me to track, so I might get into that. So this is how they do the holidays, just written very plainly at the top of the day. I like that because sometimes I don't celebrate a holiday, so I don't really need it in my planner. So if it's small like this, I could just ignore it or cover it up. At the same time though, I like that it's at the top because if it's a holiday I do celebrate, like Independence Day, I want to know right away that it's happening because I'm going to plan probably at least one day, if not a whole week around it. And then over here you have space to write this week's focus. I like that idea of having a specific focus or a small goal for each week. I'm not in the habit of planning that right now, but I definitely think I could get into it. The daily columns are lined. So for someone like me who is going to be using this as a functional planner, I really like that because my handwriting can get very bad if I don't have lines, but with the lines, I think it'll look really nice. And this is going to be really easy to block off into chunks, like for time blocking. I will probably do a plan with me in this planner if y'all want to see it. I'm definitely planning to incorporate it right into my planner stack, so I'm going to be using it pretty regularly. I could do a plan with me or a flip through after a couple weeks, just depending on what y'all would rather see. I believe all the monthly pages are the same, so I'm going to skip to the back of the month. Okay, so when you transition into another month, that's interesting. They put both of the months at the top. I haven't seen that before. And then they tell you right away that it's August. And also August 1st is National Planner Day. That's so exciting. I didn't know that. I'll have to plan something special for that. And then the last page in July, technically, is your August visions. So going into the new month, you have another cute quote. I love that font that they used. That's really adorable. And same thing again, your monthly calendar. I am not going to go through every single month in here because obviously they're the same. So let me skip to the back and see what we have, if we have anything in the back of the planner. Okay, so we've got some monthly highlight pages. That's fun. I think I will really like this, and I think I could use stickers in here. Yeah, I'm going to have to remember this is back here and come back and fill this in. And over here, I would call this a perpetual calendar. You can just write down important dates for the next year. That's really fun and helpful. Ooh, stickers. Okay, hold on. So this over here is your growth tracker, about how you've grown in different areas of your life throughout the year. So for someone like me, again, who's not great at tracking goals, tracking my growth will really help me to stay on track and feel motivated. I'll have to remind myself to use this as well because I'm not in the habit of tracking like this. But I like the idea of like lessons you learned and how you're going to remember this year and stuff like that. Oh, that's cool. Look at this. Find our planner recycling guide and order next year's planner at bloomplanners.com. That's great. I'm really glad they tell you that you can recycle this planner if you want. I am not a person who would do that because I hoard all my old planners. I just have like sentimental attachment to them and keep them. But if you are not going to keep the planner, that's really great that they tell you how you can recycle it. That's awesome. Okay, on the back over here, the last thing, we do have a little pocket so you can keep some stuff. Another sheet of stickers. Right here, they're glossy, so kind of hard to see, but these are so adorable. Look at these little quotes and the little cupcakes. I really like these. And they do sell sticker packs on their website if you want to check those out. And the last thing we have over here is a bookmark, magnetic bookmark. So that is a really nice touch. I love to read, so I'm definitely going to use this. All right, so that is about it for the intro and overview and first impressions of this planner. I am super excited again that Bloom reached out to me. They are not sponsoring this video, by the way. Like, I'm not being paid for this or anything. All these opinions are my own, and so far I'm super impressed with what I've seen. Very excited to get to work and start filling out this planner and seeing how I can use it and what I can come up with. If you are interested in purchasing from Bloom, I will leave my affiliate code in the description down below so you can use that. Yeah, otherwise, I guess that's all I have to say for this video. Again, if you want updates on this planner, plan with me's, flip throughs, anything like that, let me know in the comments and I'll try to do those in the future. As always, thank you so much for watching and supporting my channel. I really appreciate it, and I will see you next time. Bye!